Hi, hello everybody. Hope somebody's going to join me. Let me try and find myself. Aha, got it. Right, let me check that my sound is down. And it is. Oh, got 5 people watching me. Can you let me know? Can somebody let me know if you can hear me okay? Please. Hi Georgine. Hi Anne. Hi Sandra. Hi Louise. It looks very bright under there, doesn't it? Sounds fine. Good. Thank you, Anne. I would hate to be rabbiting on and nobody can hear me. It was very bright. You'll have to excuse my nails. I'll spend the evening like this. I was going to take my varnish off, but we're having a bathroom redone, and I was clearing up after him after he left. Brilliant stuff. Hi Susan, Christine, Dawn, Paula, Sandra, Annette. Oh, everybody's joining in. I was a bit early, so hi Doreen. Brilliant. You can all hear me. So you had Phil last night. Hi Wendy. Me tonight. And then Phil again on Thursday. What are you going to do on a Wednesday and a Friday? I'm going to try and do as many Tuesday nights as I can. Obviously, if I'm away or anything like that, I won't be able to do it. But I'll let you know beforehand if I can't do it. I just thought with all the loveliness that Phil makes and produces that it'd be a shame. You are spoilt, Lynn. And it'd be a shame not to bring... Oh, do they? I think if you look really close at them, Anna, they don't look... And Phil's Tuesday techniques, yes. They don't look that brilliant. They're a bit chipped and got a bit of paint on them. Aren't you lucky? Hopefully you'll like... Oh, I haven't got my rings on. Hopefully you'll like what I've got to show you tonight. It's a bit mixed media. Would you like to see what we're going to make? No worries, Jackie. It will be on this page. I think it's now for 30 days, but I will save it to my YouTube channel. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Sue. So, would you like to see the card we're going to make, or would you like... That's okay, Bridget. Or would you like to wait as the card progresses? Yes, my nails are lived in, Deirdre. So 3 yeses that you'd like to see it. So another Sally Ann. We're very popular. I think there was 3 of us on the live last night. It must be the era that we were born in. Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, I got a paper cut. I was flattening some paper out, and it was like, ouch, that hurt. There's a little bit more than that, but the builder laughed at me. See it, please. Right, okay. So this is the card that we're going to be reproducing tonight. Hi, Rosalind. what is my YouTube channel called? It's if I think it's Sazmore. Let me just flick out of here and I will go, and I don't know if I can grab the link and put it in. Just a minute, I'm just looking on my iPad, and YouTube is being slow, just to see if I can grab the what am I doing? Manage videos. It's at Sazmore. So if you just go in there and put Sazmore, so SAZZMOORE. Thank you very much. So what we've got on here is flowers, obviously, and bees. But in the background here, we've got some colour from Distress Oxides. And the Distress Oxides, yeah, it is something different. It's fossilized amber and picked raspberry, not pickled rhubarb as somebody put the other day. Picked raspberry and fossilized amber. So I'm going to put them over here. Thank you. And then we've got some tissue paper that we're going to be stamping on and adding to the background. That's these flowers here. Then we've got some patterns from the Florascript sets. So both of the In Full Bloom and Beautiful Blooms paraphernalia. So we're going to be... Janice, was that you? Pickled rhubarb. That made me laugh when I saw that. So we're going to play with the two paraphernalia sets. It's all right, Nina, you've not missed anything. It's okay, Marion, you've not missed anything. So we've got a few bits to do, and we've got a pile of stamps and script stamp and flowers, and there's frame sentiments. That's odd, Julie. I don't get it. How do I know it's working properly? I don't get distress inks. Sorry, Fran, I'm not sure what you mean. How do I know it's working properly? You'll have to let me know what you mean, Fran. So I'll put this to one side and we can refer back to it. In actual fact, I'm going to stand it in front of me so that I can see it. So we're starting off with my normal card size, which is 21 by 21. And this is the ice white card. Hi, Elaine. And then the next piece, which is 21 by 22.5. And we're going to score at 1.5. And this makes the card base. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard and we're going to score at 21. This is how I make my larger card. Sometimes I have A3 card, but I know a lot of people don't. And as Phil doesn't do his card in A3, it's a bit unfair of me to show you. Hi, Vicky. Show you A3. So we just add glue to the hinge here. made their changes. There's been a lot of problems. Usually they change that I've missed. Yes, Fran. Yeah. I don't know what they've done, but it just means that people can't find the lives. I know a lot of companies are having problems with it. Hi, Tina. So we're just going to add glue to the hinge there, and we're going to add the other piece to that. And it was when I went like this earlier on, that's where I got my paper cut. How do I know I've put enough ink on? A pad is... you should be able to ink quite easily and give a good impression. If you need to keep going in or on back onto your stamp with your ink, then it does need re-inking. So I would say with your Versafine clairs, if you're in a stamping platform and you have to, if you ink once and it's not good, you ink again. But if you have to get go in a third time, then it needs re-inking. With the Distress Oxides, sometimes you do have to do 3 or 4. But if you can't get a good colour from them, then obviously they need re-inking, or you need a new ink. Right, so that's our card base, and you can see we've just got a hinge here. Okay, so then we're going to go on to the piece that we're going to be creating on, and this is 19 by 19, and again this is the ice white card. Right, so what are we going to be doing first? Well, to start off with, we're going to add some colour. Hi, Despina. Hi, Lona. Right, so to start off with, I'm bringing my craft mat in because we're going to be playing with some inks. Now, I don't know whether you can see this, but it's just a normal paper bag. I don't know what it had in it, but we're going to be applying the ink using this plastic bag. May I ask why you make a hinge? Deirdre, I make a hinge because my card base is 21 by 21, and out of one piece of you need 2 pieces of A4 to make this. So I make the hinge so that you can join the 2 pieces together. Does that make sense? Hope it does, Deirdre. No worries, Brenda. We've only just started. If you've got A3 paper, then or card, you can do it in one cut. But if you're using A4, A4 isn't 42 centimetres long. It's just under 30. So I like my bigger cards. So, as I said, brilliant, Deirdre. I'm pleased that's answered it. So I'm going to be using this piece of paper to add colour, piece of plastic to add colour to the card. And we're going to be working sort of across this corner. So I'm adding some of the fossilized amber to here, and I'm going to be squirting with some water. And then, is the hinge visible on the inside? Yes, it is. Can you see that there? Needed the toilet quickly. Oh no. Still in hospital, Rose. Can you see the hinge in there, Julie? But once you've got the card shut, you can't tell. So what we're going to do with the ink on here is scrunch the plastic up, dip it in and add it to the card. like I say, we're just going to be doing it over in this corner. Okay, so you can see there that we've got colour added to the card. Right, let's clean this up and go in with the other colour. Clean that up. Believe it or not, I did wash this out today. You wouldn't know by looking at it, would you? Right, so it's good, Deirdre, isn't it? Yes, cling film would work, as long as you didn't screw it up. That's all right, Emma, we've only just started. Let me just take a swig of my drink. Cling film would work, but don't screw it up too much. You want it quite loose. Oh, hopefully not for much longer. Bless you, Rose. So this is the picked raspberry, or as Janice calls it, the pickled rhubarb. Sounds best pickled rhubarb, better pickled rhubarb, doesn't it? So, right, we're going to spray this one. And this one's quite a strong colour. Ah, right. Yes, it does with bubble wrap. Yeah, you just get the circular. So with this one, we're not going to go as much, because obviously this one is a bit stronger. And what I forgot to do was go onto a separate piece of card, because I want to cut my sentiment out. Just add a little bit of I'm not going in the pink, don't worry. And I'm going to turn it inside out. There we go, and leave that to dry. Where can I put this so that it doesn't go all over? I'll put it in there. And we'll wipe this up. It's all right, Lynn. So with this now, it's dried out enough so that we can add the next layer. And for this one, I'm going to be using the, let me take it out of the pack. I'm going to be using the Doodle Dainty Dots. Yeah, you do get the colour where you want them. Whereas with a mop-up or the smooshing, you tend to get colour all over. And when you want the spots and the dots, you can't make them. Or that's what I find anyway. So I found this technique really works. So this one's the Doodle Dainty Dots. Now I don't know about you, but when I try and do this like Phil does it, and you do it on the plastic, on your hand, just doing it like this, I tend to get lines. So what I've done is I've created this. So piece of paper, and I've just folded it in half and torn bits. So what you do is you stamp through, well, you can see what I've done. You stamp through the holes, whether you want a big area or a little area. So what I've done with this is I've placed it over, I've put, use a different one. So I've put this on here. I know it doesn't fit it entirely. Something just fell on the floor. Oh, it's my tape. So I've put it on. You're loving it, are you, Susan? I like to come up with something different. So I've put it on a stamping block, and I'm going to use the fossilized amber so that I can choose where I want the colour. So let's just get that. Phil was saying that these annoy him, just the stray fibres. But you don't want, look at that. It's gone all frayed, look. I'll have to give it a haircut. Oh, I know, I'm full of it, Deirdre. So through here, and I'm going to stamp through there. I'm just going to stand up and give it some welly. And you can see there that you've got it in exactly the place that you want it. So then you can choose another area. And if you don't want it as much, you can move it to the smaller one. And continue stamping. But make sure you stamp on the paper and not off the paper and onto the card. Oops, that moved. It looks like a bird in flight. So stamping through there, and you can see we've got a little area there. I'm gonna go for the big one up the top. Don't worry, Sue, you can watch it on playback. Where's my boop? Oh, my bell. Hang on. It's over here. You may see me leaning over, trying to get it. Is this what you mean? I'm going to try to, Julie. I'm going to try and do them every Tuesday. Not saying you'll get all the hints and tips. I might have worn myself out tonight, burnt myself out. So, going on to another one. No worries, Diane. You can always watch it back. So yeah, make a date in your diaries. Yeah, and it's just a scrap piece of paper, Fran. So where else do we need some? Probably put the little one over here. You could add the pink as well, but it's a bit overpowering. So I just wanted the yellow in the background, but it's just very, very subtle. Let's put some that way, and then I think this will be the last one. I didn't time myself making this because it was in stages, so I hope it won't be too long for you. After Phil's epic, I'm definitely not making 3 cards. Right. There we go. If I lift that up to the camera, you can see. Hi, Judith. No worries, no detentions, just homework. My iPad's really... Can you see that? Yeah, you can see the dots in the background, can't you? So you can put them exactly where you want them. So you think that looks like a bird. It does really look like a bird in flight, doesn't it? So I've finished with the fossilized amber. Let's move my bell over to one side. And this is drying nicely. Shall I do a little bit on there? Yeah, I think I will. I think I will. Oops. That went flying. It it is really effective. Oh, I'll just do it in one. Right, that's it with my piece of paper. So that's the piece of paper trick. And you could make these, I mean, you could use die cuts if you wanted a circle. You could die cut a circle out of a bit of card and stamp through that. But just be careful around the edges because the card is thicker than paper. So, yeah, there we go. There's your top tip for you. Right, let me just clean this stamp. Where's my cloth? Right, let's put that over to one side. So, what are we going to do now? What did I do next? We want the... What do we want? That's my thinking, that is, tapping my fingers. I get told off for that. Right, I'm going to get the 2 circles, and this is out of the In Full Bloom paraphernalia. You can always go back and watch it, Doreen. It will be on my YouTube channel. I'm not taking it off unless they change the rules on there as well. So this is the picked raspberry that I'm going to be using for this. And these are just going to be random. So just place a few of them around and about. And alter the direction of the stamp as well. Obviously we're going to have the sentiment in the middle. So we'll go up there, and I think we'll just do another one over at the side here. There we go. So that was with picked raspberry. That a quick clean, put that back in there. And what other one did I use? I used the big one at the bottom here. That's that one. Don't know whether you can see that. Oh, it really is behind tonight. Yeah, you can see. And this one is the Beautiful Blooms paraphernalia, and it's the one at the bottom here. It is. Do you know what? These background stamps are really, really good. I use them a lot of the time. So just stamp some of these, and this is in the fossilized amber. And you're not going to see them clearly. They're just going to be in the background. So we're using a blend of the same 2 inks, but obviously the background has been diluted with water, so they will be lighter and the stamping will be slightly darker. Let's put one down here. Do we need any more? And I think I'll put one on this piece. Put one up there, and I'll put one. This little piece that I'm doing, just in case you missed it, is to cut out the sentiment in the middle here. Right, so give that one a wipe. So did anybody else get these sets? I've got masks cut on some of these for the stamps as well. Just ideal to stick them on the back. Right, what are we going to use now? We're going to switch now to the Versafine Clair ink. And this one that I'm going to be using is Morning Mist. Thank you, Emma. It's just slightly lighter and less harsh than using the black ink, because obviously it's quite light, so we don't want to go too dark. And for this one, I'm going to be using the, I'm running out of space. We're going to be using the Delicate Script from the Florascript set. So this is really fine detail. And this one I am going to be using in my hand. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the ink and then add it to the card. And you can, oh, got finger marks on it already. Where did that come from? Well, we're just going to have to stick something over the top of them, aren't we? Does anybody else do that? Make a card and then get mucky fingers? Happens to us all. Busy fussy cutting. I bet I know what you're fussy cutting, Heather. Is it the creative pack? And I've also done it on my little piece of card as well. So we didn't need too much, just that little bit. So I'll wipe that a little bit later. So apart from my mucky fingerprints, which I'm going to see if I can take off. Will they come off? No. Let me see if I can get my other rubber. What are we going to put there? That one I can put a gem on. That one I'm not so sure about. Hey ho, we'll find something, won't we? Right, so now, next technique. So we'll put that over to one side. And that can go over there as well. And that. Right, tissue paper. Has anybody else stamped on tissue paper? Making. Yeah, I've got some bees, so I might put a bee just there or something. I'll find something to go on it. So I'm going to stamp onto tissue paper, and what I'm going to use is this stamp here from the In Full Bloom Paraphernalia. So it's this small one here with the script in the background. No, it's not an artist putty one. I don't know what this one is. It's like a rubbery substance. I don't know whether it was a special one for certain things, but sometimes it works. But obviously this time it didn't. So you've got plenty of other smaller stamps that you can use in here. You've got the hearts and the postmarks, little hearts, bigger hearts, splodges, dots. So there's plenty to choose from. So this one I'm going to put onto that's all right, Pam. So I'm still going to use the Versafine Clair Morning Mist, and I'm going to add the ink to this, and I don't want all of it, so I'll probably stamp it just off the sheet. And it doesn't matter if you don't get all of it, it's just adding a little bit of texture to the page. So I think I'm going to need 3 for this one. Oh, ink it up a little bit better. That's okay, Jackie. Thank you for joining me. So, stamp that on there. Let's give this a quick wipe. Yeah, I thought that this one was for glue. It does take off the repositionable tape. If you're embossing and or die cutting and you get the glue on your card, that takes it off. So with this, I'm going to use a paintbrush and some water, and I'm just going to dip my paintbrush in the water and go round so that we don't get a definite straight line. And we're going to tear this there we go. So we've got one there. Put those pieces in there, and we'll do the same with the other two. Don't have your brush soaking wet, but it's just nice to have a jagged edge rather than a straight edge. You can hide the jagged edge a bit better. Yes, Fran, yeah, we're making steps to try and save them or put them onto YouTube. Thank you, Sue. So last one here, just wiggle round. And the thing with the Versafine Clair is that it is a permanent ink. So adding the water won't disturb the ink, whereas doing it with distress oxides, it would do. It is. This tissue is just packaging. So it's wrapped something up. So it's a brilliant way. I've got a stack of them. So, right, what are we going to do now? We're going to put some glue onto the mat, and we're going to add these pieces to the card. So this is Phil's glue, the premium PVA. So I've just added a little bit to my card, to my craft sheet, and we're going to turn it over so that you've got the wrong side. Add the glue to the back, and just be careful because the tissue is obviously a little bit delicate. I tore a few this afternoon, so pick it up and then place it where you want it. Obviously, if it's got writing on, it's better to get the writing straight. And if you crumple it, it doesn't matter. So you're just going to add that to your card, and you can see there that we've just added that in there. Not toilet tissue, no. This is tissue paper that you get, I don't know, they wrap things up to send them out to you, like you get in the middle of when you've got a man's shirt folded up in the packaging. Yeah, you can use napkins as well, and instead of using the coloured side, use the side that is clear that you take off the back, and then you can use the coloured napkin side as well. So just add glue on the top just to secure it down, and that's the second one in place. And the last one, hopefully I've got enough glue here. I don't need to add any more. My fingers are sticky, so they're sticking to the tissue paper. Another bell moment. There you go. Oh no, Emma, you'll have to go rooting in the bin. So add that one just there. See if I can straighten that out. There we go. And just add the glue on top. You will get a little bit of a sheen from it, but that doesn't matter just adds to the texture of the card. There you go. Oh, do they, Heather? Brilliant. Hi, Jan. So you can see that we've added those now. And it won't take long to dry. So remember to put your brush into water, and I'm going to clear the glue up off my craft mat. Right, so we'll leave this to one side to dry, and I'm now going to switch to the sentiment. So the sentiment that we're using, these are the frame sentiments, and it's the happy birthday. So what I'm using for this is the outside border, which has given us this piece. So that is that piece. And then, oh, can't get my nail, that piece, which cuts it out. And what we're going to do is the bigger piece, we're going to colour it with picked raspberry. And we only need to go round the outside of it, because all we're going to see, if you put that over there, is just the outside. So we don't need to go wasting our inks. And this just colour coordinates with the rest of the card. What's the tissue called? It's just tissue paper that you get, say, in the middle of a man's shirt when they're folded up, or some luxury toiletries come with it. You don't want anything that's too thick. And the shiny one, there is a shiny one, sometimes you have to wait ages for the ink to dry, and you may need to use a different ink. But yeah, this one is just what you would normally throw away. And I think Emma said that she had just thrown some away. So she's going to go bin diving, aren't you, Emma? So that's all we're going to do to colour the edge. And also what we're going to colour is the happy birthday and 3 flowers. Now these I've cut from scraps of card, and I have used the Shabby blooms, and you can see the one that I've got turned over here, that's the one. So that's the smallest, and that's the next one. So this is what I've used, and this is the Shabby blooms. And this is the silhouette from the frame sentiments, and this is just the happy and the birthday. So we're going to colour that with the picked raspberry. Oops. That's one. Everybody's going to be going to Tesco's now and getting the wrapping paper. I mean, I guess it would be quite nice having coloured wrapping paper, but if you want it to disappear, oops, into the background like this one, you need the clear, or not the clear, it's white like this. But then when you add either water or you add the glue onto it, it goes clear. Yeah, but if we didn't throw anything away, just imagine what our houses and our craft rooms need space to get more stuff in. My husband loves it when the neighbours have a skip. This sounds really awful. He likes to see what they're throwing away and whether he can reuse it or repurpose it. He has actually got some quite decent stuff. Ah, yes, Emma, yeah. The tissue paper is brilliant for decorating candles because you just melt it into it, don't you? Maybe we could do something like that on one of the lives. Who else has done the candles? With tissue paper. I've got pink fingers and I've got tissue paper stuck to them. So I'm just going to wipe those before that goes onto my card. It is Sue. I've got quite a bit of coloured tissue. So we've got the 3 flowers and the silhouette words. Done here with the picked raspberry. I'm trying to read all of your comments. You have, Anna. I've still got some glue on there. So this is going to go onto foam tape. So I'll stick that foam tape on now. Just whilst we're allowing the tissue paper to dry. Yes, Diane, yeah. So I just find these really useful. One more in there. Now then, can that be stuck to the card? Have I got anything else to do to it? I don't think so. So I will take the backing off here. I have got a bin at the side of me. I'm not just chucking it on the floor. What time is it? 10 to 8. We're not doing too badly, are we? So it's just deciding where I'm going to put it. I could put it up there to get rid of one of the marks, but then that wouldn't be as nice as having it just here. So I think I'm going to go just here again. Make sure it's straight. There we go. So put that just there, and this piece is staying white. They are very easy to use. Hi, Karen. Right, so we're just going to put foam pads on the back of here as well. Oh, got to cut that one down. Just got to cut the side off these. And they'll be used at a later date on another project. Pearls, glitter, yeah, I could do. Oh, we could use these just here, couldn't we? And the other piece. Right, I am going to be doing some die cutting, so you'll have to bear with me whilst I do that, because we needed the piece of card that we've just coloured to do the die cutting. So I need an assistant, don't I? So I'll put the happy and the birthday. Happy and the birthday, and I need some flowers? I'll use the flowers that I've already got. These I cut out of the card that I made this morning, so it's just a happy birthday that I've got to cut out. So bear with me whilst I just do that. I'm not disappearing out the room, I am still here. And I'm using my trusty old cuttlebug that I've had for yonks. I'm back. Told you I wouldn't be long, didn't I? So let's put that on there. Make sure we get it central. There we go. I think a ribbon tie stuck to hinge over the card front would be good. It would, yeah. Oh no, Sue. Right, so we've die cut those, so that's a good idea. Just use a scrap piece of paper, a card, and at the same time that you're doing this, just recreate it on there, and then you can do your sentiment out of it. So let me take these out of the die cut. Where's my pokey tool? There it is. It's not quite dry, so having to be a bit careful with that. But there you go, you've got your sentiment there, and you've got it in the same card, decorated card as the background. Take this one out, just be careful as you're taking them out, and I will sort those out later. I do when I've got A3 card, Jackie, but obviously Phil uses the A4 card. So for those people that only have A4 card, I thought I would show them how to do it. Yes, Doreen, you do. They're so useful, and there's a just for you, someone special. I can't remember what the others are. I'm sure if Karen's still on, she'll let us know what they are. So I'm just putting some PVA glue on the back here, and I'm going to, sorry, I'm just pulling it towards me so that I can get it on straight. I think is there half a dozen, Karen? Half a dozen different sets. Right, that looks quite nice on there, doesn't it? And we'll do the birthday as well. So with this applicator, I put Phil's glue, and it's just got such a really small nozzle on there that you can, it's small enough to be able to do it on the back of these. If you see there, the glue on the back of here. There we go. So, with love, yeah. I'm just trying to think which others I've got. Oops. That moved. There we go. So we've got the happy and the birthday. And we're going to stick these flat. It's just tying it in with the card, isn't it? Sending hugs, yeah. So, to put them on here, good idea is to lay them out first so that you get the right spacing, like either side and top and bottom, and then add your glue. And with this one, it's a bit easier. We're going to do it flat because they're more of a solid shape. Someone special, yes. And press that one down. Put the happy on. There we go. So we've got that on there. Right, what's next? I'm going to edge around the card using the picked raspberry. So I'm using the finger dauber because I don't want to go too far into the card, and by edging the card it just draws your eye into the centre of it instead of leaving it open. Birthday wishes, yeah. I think we've just about covered them all now, haven't we? You can see that the tissue paper is just about dried now. And all the different frame sentiments have got a different frame. I'll bring mine in if I think I've got. So Just For You has got the hearts round the outside. I don't think I've got the other one to hand. I could put a bit more text over that, couldn't I, and cover that up. Right, so that was using the picked raspberry. Blues and greens, definitely. You'd get them wonky. So who's gonna have a go at it in a different colour? It will be slightly out of shape because we've had some moisture on there, and if I wasn't doing a live, I would spray water on the back and just put it under something heavy just to weight it down. I'm just wondering if I could put some of this text over there or whether it would look odd. Dilemma, dilemma, dilemma. What shall I do? Try and cover it up. I know what I'll do. I will use this one. Try and find a... So the Versafine Clair. I'm going to use this one here from the In Full Bloom Paraphernalia. Yeah, it does. It adds character. So what I'm going to try and do is... Now then, would it be better that way up? There we go. Now I've just got to put one at the top so that it matches. Not that I wanted it on there, but hey. And let's just put another one. With, oh, and I've got another one on there. Oh, do you know what? It must be coming off when I'm picking the ink pad up. Oh, one of my bees can go there. Nightmare. Oh, that's brilliant, Sally Ann. Oh, there you go, Nina. Just for you, birthday wishes. Happy birthday, someone special, with love, sending hugs. Oh, and just for you. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, but it doesn't half test you, doesn't it? Right, so in the In Full Bloom one, you've got a couple of bees and you've also got 2 silhouette bees. Brilliant, Jane. And I'm going to use the larger of the bees, and I have already pre-cut these. And 2 of the bees I've cut round the outside, and you can see the other one I've gone on the line and I've cut the legs and antennae off because we're gonna yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to put one on top of the other. decoupage, that's the word. Right, so I've just got one of Phil's watercolour blending brush pens, and we're not using water on these, and this is just going to colour the bodies. And what I've used on the wings is bits of ink in the wrong place. Happens to me. You do. You have to find things. Poor bee. I know, but we're going to put them back together and he's going to be a better bee. So this is a Wink of Stella, and this is just a clear glitter pen. So it just gives a little bit of sparkle to the wings. You could add it to the body as well if you wanted to. And I'm going to add it to the top bee and the bottom bee. And then 2 bees will become 1. 2 bits of bee will become 1. And then we'll add those to our card. Your bee's legless, is it? Well, 2 of my bees are legless and armless. Right, so that was a Wink of Stella, and that's a clear. So we're going to have the complete one on the bottom and then the one without its legs. And we're just going to stick the body down. And where's my tweezers? Can't work without my tweezers. And we're going to stick that on top there, matching up. And all I'm going to do with my tweezers, if you see what I'm doing here, I'm holding it with my tweezers all the way over, and I'm just pulling the top wing up. So I move it over to the other side and just bring the top wing up. So you can see then you've got a bee in flight. And we'll repeat that with the other one. So pick that up, just add glue to the body only. And put that onto the other one. And you can move it about just a little bit to get it lined up. This one's been out drinking. It's been out on the booze. So all I do is hold it with my tweezers and then pull the wings up. Move it over. No worries, Fran. The Wink of Stella, Emma, or do you mean Phil's watercolour blending brushes? Yeah, to be or not to be. Oh, yeah, I suppose I am as bad as Phil. So we've got 2 of them now with their wings bent up. So put the lid on my glue for a second. Try and find some space. So 1 bee's going there, definitely. So it's being stuck down flat. So just put glue on the back, on the legs. And just to make sure we don't have too much glue and it seeps out. Does that count? I think it counts, doesn't it? Winter Stella. I'm going to tap it on the back of my hand just to take any excess off. So I'm going to put that down and hold it in place till it's stuck. That's covered that smudge up. That one can have a pearl on it. That one we covered up. So where shall we put the other one? Down here? I think so. It's going to this flower here. So again, putting the glue on the back. And on the antenna. And dabbing it off on my hand just to get the excess glue off the leg so it doesn't seep out, but just enough to hold it down. It does. It was as though it was meant to be there, wasn't it, Jackie? So there you go, we've got 2 bees in place. And I think before we do anything else, we'll stick the card itself to the card base. Now you'll have to bear with me because I'm going to be putting my foam pads on the back. So if anybody sees any techniques and they don't know how to do them, or they think they look interesting, just pop a message on the Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours site, and if I don't know how to do it, I'll try and find out to do it and show you on these lives. It'd be nice if there's something that people's struggling with, so that I can try and help you out if I can. Oh, thank you, Jane. That means a lot. Thank you. So if there's any techniques, or if there's anything you want me to show you, I'm not good at colouring, so I'll leave that one to Phil. But if there's any inky techniques or folding techniques, just drop me a note, drop me a message, and I'll see what I can do. I'm not promising that I can do everything, but I'll give it a go. Can't be soggy in the middle, so I overdo the pads, but we get there in the end. And all I'm going to do is add some glue to this now, masking off to give perspective. What do you mean by that, Doreen? Do you mean, say, if you wanted one flower behind another, and how to mask it off to make one look in front and one look behind? Is that what you mean, Doreen? Let me know if that's what you mean, because that one's quite easy to do. It's just what I use. I use the sticky pads instead of sticky tape. It does the same job, but I just find these easier to use. And you've just got a foam pad instead of having a roll, and I end up dropping it and it goes all over the place. So it's just personal preference. So what we're going to do now, and the reason that we've added glue to the back is so that if it goes in the wrong place, we've got time to lift it up. I'll try not to shout because I'm right over my phone. So there you go. You can see by adding the... Oh, his wings stuck down. You can see by adding... You could, Jane, yeah, you could leave it. You just got the perspective of it then, haven't you? But when you're crafting on your own, it doesn't matter. You're not got any time pressures. So you can see by putting the edging round here that you've just bringing your eye into the card. So what we're going to do now is to shape our flowers. So bring my sponge mat in, and we'll turn these over. And where's my ball tool? So all I'm going to do is shape each of the petals, just like you've seen Phil do, and press in the middle. This just gives the flowers a little bit of dimension. The bees are lovely, aren't they? I normally go for butterflies, as you see. I love my butterflies. But for this one, I thought that we'd use the bees. These don't need as much. Just press them, and I have a little stick in here that I use for the centre of these, because it's just the right size. Oh, is low in power, so I better plug that in before it cuts us off. There we go. I just happened to see that as I stood up. Loving all the tips tonight. Yeah. There we go. If you're not sure on anything that I've done in the live, then just drop me a message and I can explain it to you. So just putting a little bit of glue in the centre of the flowers. Put my lid on and add the yellow flowers to the centre. Just give it a quick press in the centre just to secure it down. There we go. And I'm using the Marshmallow latte gems or pearls, and what I want to do is add one in the centre of here. Where did I get my large moulding mat? I've had it for years and years and years. I think, well, it's lost half of its wording, but it's a Sizzix one. But I think Phil sells them on his website, whether he's still got any left. Oh, thank you, Anne. I like to bring different things and different ways of using things to you. So whilst you're holding your pearl down, you can shape the leaves up. Oops. Whilst you're holding the pearl down, you can shape the leaves up. But if not, it pulls up. So hold it down and then shape the petals. That's okay, Diane. So another pearl in the centre there. Right, we'll leave the lid off that and we'll bring the card back in and we'll put the flowers on, and I think we'll do this with glue gel. Oh really, Emma? No, I find it's okay. I guess it's personal preference, isn't it? Some mats are too soft and you can excuse me, go into it and oh. Either my last glue gel, no, that's hard. I think I've got a glue gel like Phil did last night. It was really stiff. Unless my other one is just really, really pliable because it's been open. We shall find out, shan't we, as we get on. So all I do with this, the foil piece, I bring the glue to the top and put the foil back on. So when you hear me mention the foil, that's what I mean. And then put the lid on, but not too tight because it shears the top. So, top tip. Oh right, this is not really firm. So where are we going to add these? I will put one just there. One just there. Thank you, Susan. No, I haven't had a problem with mine, Julie, since I've been using that technique. Where should we go? Put one up there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go over that splodge and put one up there. Now, we've got to have random, haven't we? Got to have random. What should we have? 1, 2... Is there any more in there? 3, 4. So would you like me to recap what I've used on this tonight? Right, so I think we'll have... Ah, right. Hi, Karen. So I'll just stick these in place and then I think we're done. So, and we managed to cover our splodges up. That's not bad, is it? 2, 3, oops, must have some glue on my tweezers. 3. Thank you, everybody. I don't want them in line. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I think that's all of them. There we go. I don't think we added anything else. Bye, Janice. Thank you for watching. So we've now finished the card, and I'll bring the other one in. I know, Sandra, I haven't got all of them. So we've got the 2 cards side by side there, and you can see that the positioning of the flowers is slightly different, positioning of the bees, but we managed to cover that splodge, and we stamped extra on there. It is hard to do random because I end up and I've got one underneath another, and then you have to move them round. You see, I've got one underneath that one, but no, yeah, I do find random difficult to do. That's no problem, Brenda. Thank you, Maureen. So this is the one that we made this evening, with all those layers of ink and everything round here, and the stamps and the tissue paper. There we go. So thank you ever so much for watching. Brilliant, Georgine. You could make it into one of your calendar pages, couldn't you? I did think about turning it into a calendar page. You're welcome. So I'll speak to you on Thursday during Phil's demo. Just going to scratch this glue off the back of my hand. Yeah, speak to you on Thursday during Phil's demo, and I will see you back here on Tuesday, all being well. Lovely. Thank you ever so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you soon. Bye.